Today I will talk about Finance Commission. So some basic facts about Finance Commission. It is constituted under Article 280 of Indian Constitution once in every 5 years, and it is constituted by the President, and the recommendation of this commission is not binding on the center is free to choose how much money it should devalue to states and how much money it should keep with themselves. So, what is shared with the state, and from which fund or these Finance Commission recommends devolution from which fund? Answer is divisible pool. So, what is divisible pool? All the taxes which center collects comes under divisible pool. What is not under the divisible pool? Cess, surcharge and non-tax revenue of central government. So one the basic thing is why center needs to share revenue collected by it with the state, because the responsibility of levying taxes in India follow the federal structure. Some taxes is levied by a state government. For example, uh, some kind of services, taxes on petroleum products, etc. But the big chunk of tax amount comes from corporation tax, income tax, and these taxes are collected by the central government. So center needs to share it with the state, so that state can uh, continue with the development which falls under the subject state list. So so a finance commission is constituted to give a justiciable formula. Based on that, center will transfer funds during these 5 years. uh, so finance commission is tasked with some terms of reference by president, and with consideration of these terms of conditions, finance commission uh, comes up with some criteria, and based on that, and they assigned weight to each of these criteria to balance the growth between the state, to balance the development within the state and between the state. A state needs to have sufficient amounts of funds so they can carry out their usual development works. So here is the two term vertical devolution and horizontal devolution. Vertical devolution is the methodology in which it is decided that how much a fund center should keep and how much amount center should devalue to the state, to the all states. Here there is two party, all state at one side and center at other side, and uh, and second, is horizontal distribution. This is uh, methodology which decides how funds should be distributed among the states. So in this case there is only one party, that is states and UT, 28 states and 9 UTs. So finance commission 15th finance commission under the head of NK Singh, former IAS officer, decided three broad criteria and 10 subcategories under these uh, uh, broad categories. So under need based criteria, is population was the terms of reference given by president, and this time census data 2011 is taken into consideration. Earlier in 14th finance commission, the census was 1971 census was used. Second criteria is area of the state, and the weight given is 15%. Third is forest and ecology. Forest and ecology is chosen as criteria because many states wanted to diversify their forest area into develop in for developing manufacturing plants or other uh, economic activity, so that they can generate revenue and fasten development of a state. This is good for economy, perhaps, but not for the ecology. So in order to discourage states from diverting forest land into non-forest land and uh, reducing the environmental implications uh, of because of this diversification, center uh, choose finance commission choose this criteria specifically. Fourth, fifth one is income distance. This is the gap between income per per capita income of richest state of India. For example, Delhi is richest state and poorest state in terms of income. For example, Bihar. So difference between average incomes of these two states is income distance, and the weight is given is 45% of total. Sixth is demographic performance. This is chosen specifically this time because some southern state had comprehension that if in 2011 census is chosen, then this should be under criteria because uh, the demographic performance of South Indian state was good as compared to North Indian states, and to measure the demographic performance, the key indicator is total fertility rate. uh, uh, the total fertility rate of southern state is low, but fertility rate of northern state is comparatively higher. So demographic performance has given 12.5% weightage. Next is tax support. Some states really performed well to reform their tax structure so that they can broaden the tax base and increase the tax buoyancy. Based on here you can see the graphical representation of the indicator, the criteria and weightage assigned to them, and you can compare these weightage with reference to 14th finance commission as well. Here the one thing that is noticeable is income distance. Weightage of income distance has increased by 5%, and reduced by 5%, and weightage of forest and ecology has increased by 2.5%. uh, this is a state share in a divisible pool. If we, this if is very good information, and if you write this in maths, you will this will be added on in your answer. So we have discussed that a state get funds from divisible pool. So what are the other uh, source of fund for the state apart from these funds given under the divisible pool? Uh, One more thing that 15th Finance Commission has recommended 41% devaluation to the state. The previous 14th Finance Commission has uh, given 42%. This 1% reduction this time because the states of Jammu and Kashmir is no more a state, and it has been bifurcated into two UTs. So the administration and various economic activities will be now done by center. So they need fund. So this 1% extra has been kept aside. Now, apart from these 41% devolution to the states, there is also grant in states, and these grant in states is given under the following heads: revenue deficit, grants based on revenue deficit, special grants given to some of the states like Karnataka, Mizoram, Telangana, specific sector specific grants for the improvement of nutrition, health, primary education, judiciary, rural connectivity, railways, police training, housing, etc. There is performance based grants. These grants will be given based on the performance of agriculture reform, development of aspirational districts and blocks, enhancing trade, including exports, various incentives for education, and promotion of domestic and international tourism. Finance Commission also gives recommendation to the State Finance Commission that how much money should a state give to the local bodies, so that the third uh, uh, third and lowest tier of the government should be self-reliant, and they can do their development activities uh, the the last recommendation that finance commission gives is about the disaster risk management fund. A state disaster risk management fund is constituted in each state, and the contribution is given by both the state government and central government. Central government gives the funds to the SDMF based on the formula, because every state has a different risk from the disaster. For example, coastal states of eastern India is prone to the cyclone, and northern state is prone to the flood and earthquake, and western states, for example, Maharashtra is prone to the heavy rainfall. So, based on these needs, population and population finance commission also gives formula that how much and how much money center gives to these SDF. So he the formula is based on the mitigation response and relief, recovery and construction capacity building, and you can see the weightage given in terms of percent. So how many is allocated to disaster management? We have seen central contributes 70% of SDRF allocation for general categories, states and union territories, and 90% of for special category states like northeast states, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir. The funds allocated to states based on the recommendation of 15th Commission uh, is about 28,000 crore. Now, the source of money for the state, we have discussed the source of money for the state is one that comes from divisible pool from the state, and other is tax collected by state itself, and grants given it to by the state, and grants given to the local bodies. So here you can see the in the overall share of a state's total income or the revenue, central transfer constitute 47.5%, and its own revenue generated from non-tax revenue, tax revenue is 52.5%. Like the central state also rely on taxes for most of their revenue as per their budget. On an average, nearly 70% of revenue is estimated to come from taxes, 45% from their own taxes, and 25% from their share of center's taxes. So you can see here the details of the revenue collection sources of a state is given here. You can see, but this is not that much of important. Um, Last thing that I want to share is uh, like a state also borrow money like center, and banker for state is also the RBI, but a state is not free to lend, uh, free to take loan as center. They are bound. The state has some limitations like 3%. Up to the 3% they can uh, they can take loan uh, uh, within India. But can a state borrow money from outside? For these kind of relaxation, state needs to take permission from center. As of now, state government is not given permission to take loan from outside, but in an unprecedented circumstances, central government has allowed some municipalities and some state agencies to take loan from outside because they are comparatively cheaper. So this was the lesson. Hope you like it. Thank you.